It's time to talk about the title race. Alongside me, three men who've all done exactly that, won the Premier League. We're going to start with a tweet from Davo. There's a question for Joe, Rio and Chris. In a title running, are you concerned with the performance, or is it all about the result for confidence? Or actually, is the result irrelevant and the win keeps momentum going?
Result.
All about result.
When you get to like February, March, it's just purely result driven. You want to play good, exciting football. But you just accept there's going to be moments where it doesn't just happen for you. But you're just happy to nick a 1-0 away from home sometimes, and you move on to the next one. You forget about it.
I'm interested to know about experience in title-winning sides. You can take a look at this graphic. It shows you how little experience there is in Liverpool's team in terms of winning titles. 6 major European titles compared to 35. And when you drill down into it, there's 3 Premier League titles in the Liverpool squad. There's 29 in the Man City squad. There's none in the Tottenham squad. How much of an impact will that have?
I think it'll have an impact. I think more so what the fact, if Liverpool are still in and around it in February and March, I think it'll be the weight of the past and the history. You know, what's it, 29 years? I think that how well do them players deal with that? And sometimes having younger players who not as much experience, sometimes it can benefit. Sometimes it can't, but sometimes it can benefit you. Because come March, if they're 4 points clear in April, there's going to be massive pressure from the whole city to get the job done, and I think that's where Liverpool will get it over the line or not. How well do they deal with that?
You had it. The Blackburn team you played in, we spoke about before.
Yeah, but we blew up at the end of the season. We were 9 clear, 6 to go. I think it was down to our manager. We got over the line eventually. United that was the start of them, really pushing and dominating that sort of early mid-90s. So we just about got over the line with a bit of luck. Last 42-game season, we started like a juggernaut, grew real belief. But I think we were all looking round at the end and looking. I mean, we weren't a particularly old team, but looking at sort of leaders, Sherwood, Shearer, Tim Flowers was big for us. But I mean, you won multiple titles, so I suppose experience is.
You were probably looking for someone to say, I've done this before.
But for Liverpool this season, I think that the biggest thing is keeping their key players fit. And if Van Dijk stays fit, if Salah stays fit, I think they're in with a great chance. I do.
I think the man who's just come on the screen behind you, Klopp. I think it's important that he actually tries to take the focus off of the history. I think Joe's right. I think that will be a big burden on their shoulders if it's allowed to be. I think when I was fortunate enough to be in a change room with Sir Alex Ferguson, at times of need where the pressure was coming on, someone was chasing, getting close, or Liverpool was just ahead of us, maybe one of the seasons, or Chelsea, etc., Arsenal, he would find something that we could hook onto that wouldn't be the obvious, but it would be something about us a lot of the time. Do you know what I mean? What we're good at, why you're here. Do you know what I mean? Just little gems that he just puts into your mind and gives individuals that then grows to a collective belief that you just cling on to, and it's going out and putting down a marker at some time, because sometimes it just needs one performance to shut everyone up. If Liverpool go out and have a massive performance against one of the big teams and put a team to sleep 3 or 4-0 again, then you get the momentum again. They've done it a while ago. They've had a mistake. They've had a blip since then. But if you can say, listen, we've got to do that again and show people we've come back, we're in it for to the end. They're the markers that you can put down, and they're platforms you can start building on with this team, because they haven't got the experience of winners in that change room. But Chris is right. Van Dijk, Salah, the keeper. These guys are important, big players. You've got to earn your crust now.
You've got to win ugly. They won ugly again today.
Yeah.
How much of a difference mentally did it make when you won your first title?
It's
relief.
Really, like it's something you dream of all your career. Particularly for British players, English players, it's the pinnacle, in my opinion. And we won it up at Bolton, and then we had lost the Champions League game in the night. So the celebrations were muted. So we was picking up the trophy here against Charlton, and leading up to it, you're picking up. So it's a bit of fun and everything's going well. And it was the only time I've ever been close to the whistle went, and the emotions were welling up, because you don't even realise the pressures there. And the fact that we've done it and was about to lift it, it was the only time I've come close to crying on a football pitch, because it's so important. With Klopp and Liverpool, one thing I think he's brilliant at, he will not show the pressure to his players. He's got that lovely way about him where everything's easy. And I think if I'm looking at Man City or Liverpool, I think Klopp has got he will keep them boys calm, and going into the last part of the season, I'm pretty sure that's part of his personality, and I think that's one of his biggest strengths.
It's great, so gone.
No, I'm just going to say, I don't think Blackburn would have won the Premier League had we not had Kenny Dalglish as our manager, because he'd been there and he'd done it.
As he has, winning the Bundesliga.
He hasn't won the Premier League though. Different. But I mean, the biggest problem they've got, obviously, it's quite an obvious one, but they've got Pep Guardiola and a relentless Man City team who are chasing them. They've got experience and they've got players who can turn a game, number of players who can turn a game on its head at any given moment.
Will they be feeling pressure, City? Will they go into Monday night? Because it takes a lot to put pressure on that City team.
Yeah, I think we were undone at West Ham one time. I think it was Chelsea. We saw a result you was having, I think Everton. You were losing 2-1, went out for the warm-up, came back, you'd won it 3-2 or something like that. Then we got beat or we dropped points that game. Yeah. It can knock the stuffing out of you when you see results come. Like they'd have been looking at that Brighton game thinking, oh, it's sticky, 0-0, 0-0. All of a sudden they've got a 1-0. Oh, then you've got to be able to build yourself up again for your game.
Yeah, same thing for us in 2010. We went to Tottenham. Do you remember when Scholesy scored in the derby? It was 0-0, man. Yeah, and we was looking at it, was about to go get on the coach, and thinking if Man United don't win here, it's done and dusted. Do you know what I mean? And then Scholesy scored a header out of nowhere, and then you go, oh, now you go. Then you got, then you got to go to White Hart Lane, and I think it was the emergence of Gareth Bale, and I was having to mark him, so it was a very bad day for me all around.